Well, it looks like I'm live at what time is it? It's about 6:30 on Sunday morning. And I have my sweater on. Actually, it's very nice and it's warm. I'm doing things. I'm really actually doing this just to test whether or not this new microphone of mine works. So please do tell me if you can hear me clearly. If you cannot, if there are any audio issues, please let me know that as well. I see that there are two people here, but I don't know who they are yet. So, what I'm working on right now is a long scarf. This is made of a lion mandala cake. This is going to go into another box for Melanie. And I'm almost done with it. I just need to, I don't know, maybe another half an hour or so with it will finish. I was just working. Hello. There's a lot of backfeed, like white noise. Okay. What does that mean? I'm really not good at this sort of thing. I don't know what that means. Now, the last time I tried to go live, it was not working very well. I have just. Oh, hey. Oh, you're a friend of Craig. Well, that's a very good thing. Because Craig is wonderful and we love him dearly. But, anyway, the last time I went live, I had audio issues. Since then, I have bought I will admit it's a very cheap microphone. I don't know whether the microphone is actually working or hooked up at all. I don't know what you're hearing. So it's hard for me to really, it's hard for me to say anything right now. I don't know what you're hearing. I know there were audio issues previously. And the reason actually for this test is to determine whether this new microphone of mine, which is pretty cheap, solves that. You can hear me. Does it sound crackly? You said something about white noise. Now I do speak softly, I will say that, unless I have a lot of breath behind me, and sometimes it takes a lot to get breath behind me. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do to make this sweater look good. I'm sort of crazy about this sweater. Because it's my own design. Yay! Anyway. That's right. There is just a weird noise. Hard to explain it. That could be the voices in my head. I have no idea what you're hearing. It's hard to explain the voices in my head, too. I'll tell you that. But anyway, I hope that other people will join me. I will just hang around for a little while. I'm going to continue to crochet. As I was showing a little bit ago, I'm doing this scarf in a Lion brand mandala cake, and it will be done very soon because I'm almost out of it. I'm almost out of the yarn. Oh, hey, Pat. Pat, tell me what you hear. How does it hear? You hear a swishing noise when you talk. Oh, honey, that's my speaking voice. Um, a swishing noise. I don't know. I don't know. What I'm going to have to do is listen to this live stream after the fact and see what you guys are hearing because I have no idea what you're hearing. I only know what I'm hearing, and um, at the moment, it's really just the voices in my head and some very welcome silence. Also, it's still dark outside. It's 6:30, but it should. It feels like at 6:30 it should be um, lighter outside. Like swishing water around you when you talk. It does not sound like it is your voice. I will have to listen and find out what it is you are hearing because, of course, I don't hear the same thing at the same time. I will have to listen to this live cast later and find out what it is that you're hearing. I think I'm going to sneeze. Most of the time, all it takes is that announcement, and the sneeze is forestalled. In any case, I have a tissue in case the sneeze actually does happen. You didn't need to see that, did you? Anyway, let's see. Oh, hi, Barbara. How is your little corner of Kentucky this morning? Let's see, no, I wish I could hear what you're hearing, but of course I can't. I mean, that's the way human beings are. It just makes me human. Damn it, I don't want to be human. Well, actually, I sort of do. I've just never known how. So anyway, so I'm working on this one scarf, which I will finish pretty soon. Let's see. It is blah rainy and again and cold. I have a feeling it's going to be a blah day here too. I'm on coastal North Carolina in Wilmington. So it might be. It's usually a little warmer than the rest of the country, particularly Midwest, but it's still. Sometimes it's icky when you guys get icky. It's a little bothering and cold, yeah. That's what happens, isn't it? Blah, rainy and cold. Story of my life. It's raining, it's pouring. My love life is boring to tears. Something like that. Anyway. Oh, Kissy! Okay, Pat says it's supposed to rain there today. Southeast Texas. Well, let me take a quick look at my phone and see what it's supposed to do here today. Right now it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think the high will be in the low 60s. It might be cloudy. Oh, excuse me. But that, ooh, no, that's all I want. But that's what it looks like, yeah. Oh, Michigan. I used to go to Michigan every week to work in Grand Rapids. I would fly into Detroit and then take a short commuter flight into Grand Rapids. I sort of liked Grand Rapids. I didn't like the company I was working for. I certainly didn't like the people I was working with. Oh, excuse me for yawning so. Michigan. Let's see. Of course, that makes me think of Detroit, and I'm a big car buff. I love cars. I think cars are very sexy. Oh, yeah. 45 degrees, and that's the high in your corner of Kentucky. Now, Barbara, you're in the northwest corner of Kentucky, is that correct? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I have a thumbs up already. That's lovely. And I have 5 people in the room, and I don't know what that means. Down Louisville. Oh, okay. Let's see. I don't have any experience in Louisville, which is a shame. I've done some technical training in Lexington, but I think in Louisville, I've only like gone through Louisville, not spent any time in Louisville. I hope I am saying Louisville correctly. Let's see. Actually, as memory serves, I do sort of like Kentucky. Actually, I like a lot of places in the U.S. I like a lot of places outside the U.S. too. I was just wondering, quite recently, should I happen to win the lottery, where would I want to relocate? What do you guys think would be the best place for me to relocate if I should happen to win the lottery? And we know it's not gonna happen, but it's fun to dream, isn't it? Okay, I have 2 thumbs up, and I have 4 people in the room. So I lost 1 room person, but I gained a thumb. Please take that innocently. So anyway, I'm going to continue with my scarf. This is, let's see, where's the band on the band that came from this? Is this it? I think it is. This is Lion Brand Mandala, which is one of my favorites. Pixie Hollow is the colorway. Look at it. Isn't it pretty? It's very, very pretty. This is going to make a lovely scarf for somebody. And I always do. Oh, Russell, please take me with you when you move to Holland. Let's see. I always do scarves and hats and blankets and things. If you guys know Melanie, hooked to the left, her mother has a foundation which is all about underprivileged and underserved teenage uh, pregnant girls. So anything that is suitable for babies and anything that is suitable for young women, is great. Look for Hooked to the Left. She is, I mean, the cause is wonderful, and actually, I like her channel very much, and she's a very lovely woman too. Now, let's see, Russell Hogue. I would like to travel around if I won the lottery. Oh yes, yes, Pat. So would I. But isn't it good to have a home base? I'm not sure I've had one in the past few years. I mean, I've had places where I've been living. Not really sure that I could call any of them a real home base. But that's life. That's how things go. Not sure. Barbara said, I would have to say if you win the lottery and move, it will depend on if we still have all the shutdowns. Yes, I'm quite sure that Louisville has a lot to offer. Actually, I am quite certain that many um, middle America cities have a lot to offer because, well, people often think of just the coastal cities, the New York, the um, Philadelphia, the Miami, the Los Angeles, the San Francisco. But there's a lot in Middle America that is really great. I loved working in Grand Rapids. I loved working in Madison. I was it. Wilmington, Delaware, I loved also. Was it Wilmington? It doesn't matter. Oh, Barbara, you moved away and you came back. I think that's a lesson for all of us. The geographic cure never works, or at least it very rarely works, because it's not a cure; it's a diversion. But on the other hand, it depends upon what you have in your home base and what you hope to establish in a new home base, because everybody needs a home base. Um, oh, I've, oh, excuse me for yawning so much. I'm just rather tired. Yes, indeed. Oh, this sweater. Someone told me you like the sweater too. I mean, it needs some adjustments in the pattern. I have the pattern out to testers right now. I made some adjustments before I sent the pattern out. And then I am probably going to make some other adjustments before I publish it. But I'm going to publish the pattern eventually. And it won't be free. But if you ask me nicely today, I'll give you the pattern as it stands today. So who's still with me? I have Pat, I have Barbara, I guess Russell is still with us, I don't know. I only see numbers, I don't see names. So apparently we have 4 people in the room, and I'm guessing one of those is me. In any case, I really came on just to test this microphone, and I'm beginning to see that it really doesn't seem to be working. I will have to make some sort of adjustment to it to make it work. Oh, Russell, please send me your email address and I will send you the pattern as it stands now. You might have to make adjustments to the pattern. Barbara says, I've lived lots of places. Wow. Yes, yes, indeed. I've actually lived in lots of places too. When I was growing up, we moved around a lot. So I think that's part of it. We lived in Delaware, we lived in Minnesota, and we lived in North Carolina. North Carolina is where my parents came from. So that's where they retired, and now that's where I am, and I'm almost retired. God willing, and Social Security Administration willing also. Oh, thank you, Russell. That's a very nice thing to say. Actually, the turtleneck, in my pattern, I have different options for the neck. The cable across the front, that's what I'm the most pleased with. The sleeves, I actually had to adjust because these particular sleeves are a little too baggy. So I made them smaller. But by golly, I'm going to wear this sweater out. I like this sweater. I like the color on me as well. It almost matches my hair. Huh? Oh, excuse me. I'm thinking of making a final copy of the sweater in an off-white, a tweeded off-white kind of yarn. Let me see what. Oh, this is it. This is from. I haven't. This is from Hobby Lobby. No, it's not Hobby Lobby, is it? Anyway, this is. I always use cheap yarn. I never ever use anything posh because I'm always afraid to use posh yarns. But this is tweeted. This is off-white. I used it for. If you look on my Instagram, I used 2 skeins of this for a poncho that I made for my sister that she doesn't want to want. I'll put in better. Anyway, so I'm thinking that I need to get some more of that particular yarn and make some more on the of this. I also used some of this for a poncho that I made. It was basically 10 by 10 tiles. Oh, Denisha! Hi, Denisha! Lashera! Hi, Lashera! I'm not sure I know you, but I'm glad to see you. Anyway, I used this in combination with another color, with a blue color, to make a tile poncho that I'm actually going to rework and write a pattern with. Because that's one of my goals for this year, is writing patterns and putting them out there. I have 2 free patterns already. When I have this one ready to publish, it's not going to be free, but it's not going to be expensive either. And then when I do that poncho, it's not free, but it won't be expensive. You know, I'm not like Baggerday, who has like 11,000 patterns out there, and I love her, but I mean, she has. You can buy a thumb drive with. Oh, thank you, Denisha. You can buy a thumb drive with with all of Baggoday's patterns, published patterns on it, which is probably 300 plus patterns. I think she says it's 300 plus. But that thumb drive is $125. And I don't have $125 to spare right now. I have bought patterns of hers before and paid her for them. Often I will watch tutorials and take very close notes as well, so that I can recreate whatever the person is making. But this is mine. I have not made any tutorials of my own. I want to make tutorials, but I don't have the video set up for it. I don't have the right project for tutorials yet. And I'm going to go again. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, I'm glad to see so many people here with me. The past week, I normally try to do 3 a week. Well, of course, I do a Sunday reading, which I usually plan several weeks ahead, because, you know, when you're reading poetry, you can just do lots and lots at once. And I do love poetry. So please go and look at my Sunday readings if you haven't, because poetry. I have Topic Tuesdays, which are new for me, and I didn't do one this week, but I plan to make many of them live. Some of them will have guests. I have one guest lined up already, and I'm planning on booking more guests. I have Thwip Thursdays, because I never can get around to doing a Whip Wednesday. And then I also occasionally, I'll do an unboxing. I'll do something special if I have something special to say. I love the sweater on you, but could never wear one like that. Well, Barbara, what kind of necks do you like? You can do this with a boat neck. You can do it with a crew neck. You can do it with a turtleneck. I do those different variations. And although I haven't written it into my pattern, there are other patterns that are V-necks that you, if you are familiar enough with those patterns and how they work, you could make that work with this, if you understand what I mean to say. Otherwise, Denisha says that's good to know. Which part is good to know? All of it, I hope. But in any case, I do have 3 different neck variations in the pattern. The boat neck, the crew neck, and this turtleneck. I think turtlenecks look good on me. But they don't look great on everybody, and they're not comfortable on everybody. So I understand that part. I like this sweater. For me, I like the color. And it's funny, when I bought all of this yarn, I bought it for something else, and it wasn't the color that I would have chosen for that project, but I wound up buying it because it was the only thing that that particular store had at that moment in sufficient quantity for the project I had in mind. Oh, Russell is asking what my name is on Instagram. It's Bearded Yarn Dudes. All one word. Bearded Yarn Dudes. There used to be another dude with me. We lived together for 14 years. We no longer live together. But I have custody of the Instagram and the Facebook. Ingrid, hello! Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Ingrid. Oh, excuse me, I'm just sorry. Oh. So, what time is it? It's just after 7. So I'll probably stay on until about 7:30 or so, because I got on about 6:30 or so, I guess. Barbara says I have to get brave enough to make a human-sized sweater again. I only made one and use the pattern for a sweater ornament. Oh, Barbara, there are oh, hi, Genevieve. Good to see you too. Barbara, there are so many free download sweater patterns. Go to Ravelry. It doesn't matter if you're looking for a man's sweater, a woman's sweater, a cardigan, a pullover, whatever you want. You can find it on Ravelry or Yarnspirations or just about any of the other yarn manufacturer websites. They all have free patterns. You can find something that you will be comfortable making and wearing. I would encourage anyone to just take that step. It might feel risky, and you might want to redo some of the steps. We all do that, believe you me, we all do that. But those downloadable patterns are a godsend. I love them. And you can find them for grown-up sweaters, you can find them for children's or for baby sweaters, you can find them for blankets, you can find them for just about anything you want. And there are tons of free downloads. I resist paying for patterns. I resist paying for anything. Believe me, I'm not rolling in dough at the moment. So I resist paid patterns. But there are so many free patterns out there. Oh, Denisha is recommending Bag O' Day, and I would second that recommendation. Bag O' Day has really great tutorials. The thing is, Bag O' Day's patterns, if you get them on Etsy, you have to pay for them. I myself, for many, many people, many pattern authors, I have just studied the tutorials and made notes. Oh, hi, Petra! And made notes and been able to work from that. Not everybody can do that. I don't expect everybody to be able to do that. Oh, Ingrid. Oh, you had internet problems all week. Oh, well, I'm glad to see you back because I pretty much took the week off. I didn't do much at all in terms of putting videos up or even any crochet production. I had to take a week because I sort of needed it. So we're back together. Denisha, yes, her Bag O' Day's tutorials are really great. Oh, yes. Also, yes, we all love Fiber Spider. He's wonderful as a tutor and as an individual. He's just wonderful. Well, Petra's asking what we're discussing, and we're discussing anything we want to. I really came on just to basically to test this new microphone that I have, and I don't know that it works very well at all. I'm going to have to listen to this broadcast after it concludes and see whether it's any better than the last one that I tried to do. Okay, anyway. Yes, Ingrid, we all need a break. Yes, indeed. Ingrid, I really hope you're very well. I know you sometimes have challenges, and I hope you're very well right now. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Petra. Oh, Denisha, you say my mic sounds nice and clear. I'm glad to hear it. Someone at the very beginning was saying that it sounded a little like there was some kind of a swishing. And I said, sweetheart, that's my speaking voice. But that's not exactly what they meant. Anyway, I don't know. I'm glad to hear it sounds good anyway. So, okay. The sun is beginning to come up. Yay! So what do you all think I should have for breakfast? We have some sausage in the fridge. We have bacon and eggs, which I love. Oh, Petra, yeah. This is a pretty good sized mug. Yeah. I thought you were talking about my facial expression for a moment there. Mm. So for breakfast, I have bacon and eggs, I have sausage and eggs. I don't really want anything else. Huh. Ingrid says, yes, Denisha, it's really great for water. It's really great for anything you want to drink. And believe you me, I know what I'm talking about when drinking is concerned. David, you do wearables, and I will suggest MJ's off the hook. Yes, I have seen some of her designs, and I quite like them very much. For wearables, usually, for at least for pullover sweaters, it's usually for myself. I make shawls. Sometimes I'll make a cardigan for a woman. My sister hasn't shown that much inclination to wear things that I make. I like to make blankets. I like to make things. I like to make things for Melanie, hooked to the left, for her mother's foundation. Okay, Russell, I'm glad you were here. Thanks for joining us. Genevieve, I'm not sure what you mean. Do you make that sweater jumper? Petra, I have tried StreamYard, and I will use it in the future. I discovered that I have to have a paid membership in order to record a conversation for later use. I can only use it live. So I will use it for my Topic Tuesdays. Petra, would you like to be on one of my Topic Tuesdays? Are you ever available on the Tuesday at 2 o'clock? Okay. Oh, yes, Genevieve, I made the sweater that I'm wearing right now. Yes. The pattern for this sweater right now, it's in the hands of some testers, and then I will publish it on both Etsy and Ravelry. It won't be free, but if you email me today, I'll send it to you when it's ready. But I'm actually quite proud of it. I love cabling, and I love the way the front's turned out. It's a little baggy for me, especially in the sleeves. I adjusted the sleeves before I sent out the sweater or the pattern to the testers. But in any case, Genevieve, look in my channel description. You'll find my email address if you want the pattern to this sweater as it stands now. It's still in a draft form. I will send it to you. Hello, Deb Jones. Oh my goodness, it looks like we have 9 people in the room right now. This is fun. 10. Wow, even funner. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Petra. Thank you very much. I, you know, once you get the hang of this, it's not that difficult. So I always think, what I do is really pretty basic. But, it's a lot of counting. So Petra was asking about testers. I actually put out the word on a number of Facebook groups. You'd be surprised at the number of Facebook groups there are for male crocheters and knitters. So I put the word out, and I got 4 or 5 people who were eager to test this pattern out for me. And I have seen some of their in-progress pictures, and they look beautiful. So I'm really quite pleased. So anybody who's in the room right now, if you send me an email, I will send you a copy of the pattern as it is in its current state. There might be further revisions, but the email as it is right now, or rather the pattern as it is right now. So actually I am very pleased with this. And one of my goals for this year was to create patterns and to sell them. I think I would like to do that a lot. Oh, I look forward to getting that email from you, Petra. I will say to everyone, I emphasize strongly using your tape measure, both on something that whoever the recipient is, something he wears now, and just to use your tape measure rather than labels for sizes. You know what I mean? Oh, Ingrid, that's very kind. Oh, hippie chick. Hello from I love the Netherlands. I've had a few vacations in Amsterdam and have visited other cities, and I like it very, very much. Yes, Denisha, Petra does make beautiful work. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry for yawning. Oof. Oh, Hansie. Glad to see you. Oh my goodness gracious, look at how many people are here. I just signed on a little while ago just to see whether this microphone was working, and people are telling me that I sound just fine. But I'm also having a lovely conversation with people. The past week, I will say I pretty much took off. Wasn't online very much, so I'm glad to be getting back online. My normal Sunday reading, which is a poetry reading, it usually goes live. It's usually scheduled to go live at 1 a.m. Eastern time, Eastern U.S. time, on Sundays. and that's already gone live. And I've already had at least one comment on that, so that's lovely. Although I don't see the commenter here today. Oh my goodness, I have 14 people in the room. Who knew this would happen? But in any case, no, I haven't really been online very much lately, and I intend to get back into my schedule. I'm trying to have a regular schedule. I want to do my Sunday readings, Topic Tuesdays, Thwip Thursdays, because I can never get around to doing Whip Wednesdays, and other special things. There are people I see doing, both in the crochet world and in other fields of interest, doing videos every day. I don't know how they do it, because 3 a week is enough for me. Petra, you have it exactly right. I just wasn't feeling motivated. I mean, I have a few whips going on right now, including I was testing a pattern for someone, and I'm actually, I really am not able to show you the results of that, but I think it turned out well. But I'm going to take that and turn it into something that I can use for something. Oh, hi, Maribel. Let's see, who else is here? Oh my goodness, I love seeing all this activity. Ingrid, Indonesia, Nancy, and Maribel, and Rashid. And oh, hi, Jennifer. I'm not sure I know you, but hello. Maribel, hi. Genevieve. Do you know what Deb Jones was saying that her Crojo has sort of left her? Sometimes I've had that motivation leave me in all different fields, all different areas of life. And you know, sometimes this one bit of advice that someone gave me works. Doesn't work all the time, but I think as a first step, just take an action. You know what? Even if it's making a plan or searching out something new or picking up your hook and finding something that you feel like making today. You don't even have to finish it, but just take an action. And, you know, sometimes that works for me. Sometimes it doesn't, but it's one of many different ways that you can get your mojo back, your crojo, as they say. Let's see. Oh, Deb, you say you just ordered some lovely yarn. Yarn is such an inspiration. I have a ton of yarn now, and I don't have much of. I don't really have anywhere to put it, so I need to work through it before I really get much more yarn. I have a have not hate box with a couple of skeins of blue yarn and quite a few blue hats in it. I have several project boxes. I have some scrap boxes. Oh, Barbara, that's a lovely idea. Barbara was saying that her crochet was a wall, but she made a shawl for one of her granddaughter's dolls, and that was a big help. Denisha, way to go, David. Oh, I wish I knew what you were referring to, but thank you in general. Deb, I'd love to make a big blanket, but I have 3 on my hook. Deb Jones, I have the same problem. I get bored. I prefer large projects, but sometimes I get bored in the middle of them. And it's such a great feeling to finish those things. And it's sometimes it's really hard to do the work. But usually it's worth it. Not always. Usually it's worth it when I finish it, and then I can take photos, and then everybody says, "Oh, David, you're so great, you're so great." I like when people say, "Oh, David, you're so great, you're so great." Um, Petra says, Petra, you're narrowing down the types of yarn you prefer to work with. I have pretty much unconsciously done that myself because I prefer 3s and 4s myself. I'm getting to the point where I prefer 3s over 4s, and it feels like I grew up on 4s because I always did 4s when I was learning, but I like 3s. And I come across patterns that are designed for 5s and, God forbid, maybe 6s. And I think, oh, that would be fun, but then I think, maybe not so much. There's so much you can do with a 3 and a 4. Well, let me ask you, how many people are in the room? How many of you crochet for production, for commissions, or for gifts, for donations, for other people? Most of my output goes to donations. I don't have a schedule. I don't have a deadline. I don't have a birthday or a holiday. I refuse to ever do anything on commission because I am not going to bargain for my time and talent. So even so, I always feel like I should have done more. Am I alone in that? Tell me what you're doing. Well, I haven't really asked what's on your hook for everybody either. So tell me what you're doing. It sounds like most of you really, really get what I'm saying. I do a lot of stuff for donations. I do Had Not Hate hats. I do stuff for Melanie's Hooked to the Left, her mother's foundation, which is all about um, basically young teen mothers or young pregnant teens who are underserved socially. So, of course, there's the need for the baby stuff and for the young woman stuff. I occasionally do gifts, but mostly it is donations. Even still, I always wish I had done more. Hippie chick, I completely understand. That's why I say I won't ever do anything on commission, because I'm not going to bargain for my time and my talent. When I was in the corporate world, I was getting paid 65, 75 or more dollars per hour. And I wasn't crocheting, of course, but my time is still worth that much. It's worth that much to me. Whether I spend it crocheting or whether I spend it sleeping, it's worth that much to me. Ooh, Barbara, that sounds like a big year. 7 Afghans for grandchildren and 2 for a wedding gift. Wow. I love to do Afghans. Actually, I feel bad about this. I have an Afghan sitting in a box, actually 2 boxes, as an unfinished project. It's a bunch of hexagons that I just need to stitch together, and they'll be done. And then I don't know if I'm going to put them on my bed or whether I'm going to give it away. I might just put them on my bed. Because by golly, some of these things I don't want to part with. Sweaters, often I make for myself. Sometimes I give them away. Sometimes people ask me to make them and I give them away. But this one, even though it doesn't fit quite right, it's staying in my hands. No one else is ever, ever, ever gonna get this sweater. It's bulky, it's baggy. If I had like a 50-inch chest that was all muscle and shoulders and all of that stuff. Oh, excuse me, I just got an image and that was quite nice. But it wasn't me. But that's the it's rather baggy on top for me. But so but still sweaters, unless specifically for someone else, are for me. I do have a couple of patterns for sweaters that I want to make for a friend. I have one friend, just one, that I want to make sweaters for. I don't know why I want to make sweaters for her. I mean, she's a good friend, but okay, I'm reading people now. Deb, I get exactly what you're saying. Deb Jones is saying that people want you to work for free. I used to be a professional singer. People wanted me to work for free. My sister was a nurse. They never asked her to work for free. My mother was a teacher. They never asked her to work for free. My dad was a USDA, well, outside of the US, let me say, a government food safety inspector. They never asked him to work for free, but they wanted me to work for free. So, you know, David doesn't work for free unless he wants to. It's totally up to David. You know what? Wow, isn't that a new idea? David gets to decide when David works for free. Wow. Anyway, let me go back and read some more people. Oh, Granny D is here. Hey. Let's see, Petra. Reevaluating want to make. Yes, Ingrid, I love to make baby blankets. I don't know why. I don't have any babies in my life. Denisha. Oh, Linda, don't get me started on minimum wage either. That's a hot topic in the U.S. Okay. Oh hey, Polly's Crocheted Creations by Tori Pep. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness, Deb. Deb Jones is going to learn to say no. There is one thing I would say to you. No is a complete sentence. Remember that. No is a complete sentence. Tanisha says the same thing. Granny D, I haven't poked my head outside yet, but here in Wilmington, it just looks, sort of 7:30-ish gray. I don't see any precipitation. Granny D and I are both in North Carolina. She's in the Piedmont, which is the middle part of North Carolina, which is the best part in my mind. I'm in Wilmington, which is on the coast. We discovered at the Granny D and I that we went to the same college at the same time and didn't know each other. Wow! Who knew? Don't get me started. I might be singing the alma mater very soon. Alberta. I've never been to Alberta. I've only been to a few places in Canada, but loved them. Well, Denisha, grandbabies are different, aren't they? They have their own rules. I think of grandbabies like puppies. That doesn't sound quite right, does it? But if you know how I love puppies. Hmm. Anyway, this is fun. I'm surprised I've been on over an hour and I didn't really intend to be, but it has been fun. Let's see, we were talking about breakfast before. Uh, now I have some pre-cooked bacon that just takes a few seconds in the microwave. I have some regular bacon which I can cook. Okay, what's going to be said? By that sweater on you is gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Granny D. So I have the pre-cooked bacon, I have the regular bacon, and I have some sausage. Good for you, Nancy. A queen-size blanket. Dear Lord, how much yarn would that take? I'm thinking like 5 or 6 of those 1,000-yard skeins of whatever brand that you like. That's a lot of yarn, and that doesn't come cheap. And then if you want to make it nicer yarn, it gets even more expensive. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Oh, Tori, I think every state has that saying, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Exactly. A queen size blanket crocheted is going to be very heavy. Petra is asking if anyone has made baby blankets with wool. Almost everything I make is all acrylic. I've said, I will proudly say, I have no shame. I go for cheap yarn. So it's almost all 100% acrylic. And there is some beautiful and some very soft acrylic yarn out there. So I have no experience with wool. I'm very sorry. Mm. Yeah. Um, Hippie Chick was saying she's allergic to wool. Yeah. If I ever do something for someone else and they ask for something for a nicer yarn, I make them pay for it. Because, you know, this took like 3 or 4 skeins of yarn. I'm not a small boy. It takes a little bit of yarn to cover this frame. Um, Especially with all these beautiful cables, aren't they wonderful? Um, even what I call well, I like the cheap yarn, the budget yarn, the what is that called? But you know, even that gets expensive. Allergic to wool. Oh, but someone was saying that I was going to make a sweater for my friend's husband, but she said that he can't do the lanolin that is in wool. So I was forced to use budget yarn for him. Oh, how awful that was. Actually, it wound up too big for him, and she's going to donate it. I'm reading comments again. Yes, Nancy, clearance, sale, and coupons. Corner to corner, 82 inches. Oh my god. I don't like corner to corner to start with. But 82 inches. Oh my god, how did you do that? Mm. Petra, you're asking about this sweater? It's, I can't remember. Oh, yes. Michael's store brand, which I believe is called Never Enough. For, I think it was 3 or 4 skeins of it. And that's a pretty good amount of yarn. But it's all acrylic. Nancy, what is bobbin yarn? Hello, Varchina Sarron. Is that bobbin yarn where they have like several? It's the equivalent of several different skeins on a spool, or several different cakes on a spool. Oh, Barbara. Oh, your arthritis got in the way of crocheting. I've been very fortunate, actually. You know, so much of my working life I typed and typed and typed and typed, and, you know, never had any kind of repetitive stress injury there. And then now I crochet as much as I possibly can. And I have been very, very fortunate, and I'm very thankful for that, because I mean, there are people with big channels who have problems with arthritis or other joint issues that limits their activity or the things they can make or the materials they can use. And I am very sorry when people have those limitations. Oh, Oh, Vargina, you're making, what do they call it? Plarn. Plastic yarn out of those grocery bags. I was, oh, where was I? I don't know where it was, but we were where I was taught how to make the plarn, not to actually um, work with it, but just to turn the plastic bags into actual yarn. And it was fascinating. And I think it's wonderful that people do that out of what would be trash and turn it into something that's valuable and that has value to homeless people. I'm going to turn it off. Oh. Well, how is that? I just said I was going to yawn, except I said I was going to yarn. So anyway, time is it now? It is. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. No. I need more coffee. I need something. Anyway, I've been on for almost an hour and a half, and with deep regret, I fear I must close this session very soon because I'm getting tired, and that sausage in the fridge is calling to me, and I'm just tired. Oh my goodness gracious. That was another yawn for those who missed it. So, exactly, Vargina. When I was in New York, um, people were using the plarn to actually make even coats for the homeless. Oh, hippie chick? Oh, I'm so sorry that I have to leave you, but I do really need to go. I'm going to lie down for a little bit and then I'm going to have some breakfast. And then, oh, oh, I don't mean to yawn repeatedly. I'm very sorry for that. But yes, I do need some rest. So thank you. I want to thank you all very, very, very much for joining me. This has been really fun. I've enjoyed it very much. And I'm really glad that you're here for me. Thank you so, so very much. Take a look at everything else that's on my channel, like, subscribe, all of that YouTube crap. Um, and have yourselves a lovely day. Take time to pay attention to the spiritual side of yourself, whatever form that takes. I don't need to know what form that takes. You need to think about that. And I want you to have a beautiful day. And thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye bye.